Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I have been wearing my everyday makeup when I'm wearing a face mask. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on what products to use. I'm also going to share with you guys at the end of the video some of my new and favorite face masks. Alright, so the first product I'm going to use is a sunscreen. It's by SUPERGOOP. It's SPF 40. The reason why I like this sunscreen is because it's matte and it's not sticky. I hate a sticky sunscreen. So I really love wearing sunscreen. Right now it's summer here in Los Angeles and it's really hot, and I think it's really important to, even if you have to wear a mask, to still wear your sunscreen. Alright, so my next product I'm going to introduce you to is one of my new favorites. It's called 111 Skin. It's the Rose Gold Radiant Booster, and what I love about it is it almost looks like it's a highlighter, but it's not. It's a skincare product, and it's very luminescent and it looks gorgeous on the skin. It gives you like a really beautiful glow, and I'm actually gonna mix it with my foundation. This is a Tom Ford foundation, which is brand new and just came out, but I'm only doing a really small amount, and I'm going to mix those two products together on my hand, and I'm really sort of just creating like a little bit of a tinted moisturizer, and then I'm gonna use my finger to apply it. Alright, so I'm also going to use a little bit of a concealer. I'm really loving this new Hourglass concealer. It's the VANISH concealer, and I'm going directly with the little applicator underneath my eyes. And I have a little bit of a breakout today on my nose, so I'm going to cover that. I'm also going to put it around my nose and a little bit around my chin. And then I'm going to take my Artis brush, and then I'm just gonna blend it in. This concealer is definitely full coverage, so just make sure if you like really full coverage, then it's great. For me, I really just need a tiny little bit because I don't really like when you can see the concealer, so I try to really sheer it out. But I have some sun damage around above my lip, and I feel like it's really covering it really nicely. Alright, so my foundation and my concealer is on. I'm gonna move on to my eyebrows. I'm really excited to introduce you to one of my new staples in my makeup kit. I wear this every single day. It's a brand called SAIE, and it's here from Los Angeles. It's all clean, vegan, and natural, and it's a brow butter, and it's tinted. And I love using it because it just gives me a fuller brow, and I think especially if you're wearing a mask, I've been really playing up my eyebrows because I really want to show them off. So I'm going to do a little bit more brow today. The way how I use this product is actually I'm going to first brush my brows downwards, and like I really try to get as much product as possible on my brows, and then I'm gonna brush them upwards, and immediately I feel like it gave me a little bit more of a tint, and my brows look fuller, and they look more like they are just a little bit stronger looking, but still look really natural. And then after I've done this process, I'm going to fill them in a little bit where I need a little bit of filling in. The product I'm using is by Hourglass, and I'm just going to fill the areas where I feel like I have little gaps. So I start here on the lower brow, and then I just do it in small feathery strokes. And then I'm also going to extend my brow a little bit. And then I'm also going to try to create a little bit of an arch. And I just do the same thing on top of my brow. And then I'm going to brush them up and outwards so they appear more natural. Alright, moving on to my eye makeup. I'm definitely wearing a little bit more eye makeup at the moment because, again, I'm wearing a mask and I just like to show off my eyes more. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm using a brown eye pencil by Chanel, and I like putting the pencil in my upper waterline. So what I'm doing is I'm going to just take my pencil and wiggle it into my waterline on top of my eye. And sort of like the way how I do it is I just start on the outer corner and then I close my eye and then I sort of like just wiggle it into between my lashes and my upper line. And I love it because it instantly kind of gives me a little bit of a fuller lash line, but it still looks super natural. Okay, so for my eyeshadow, I chose a Surratt palette. This is one of my favorite palettes. It's just like the perfect combination of like bronzy, browny tones. I'm going to use that shade all over my eye. And I'm using a Armani brush. And I'm kind of just placing that all over my eyelid. And these shadows are so creamy and they're so easy to blend. And they just have a little bit of a sparkle in it, and it just gives you like a really nice sort of highlight without looking too sparkly. The next shade I'm going to use is this brown shade right here in my socket, and I'm using a dome brush just to create a little bit of definition in my eye. And as you all know, I have deep set eyes, and placing a little bit of a darker shade into my socket really helps for my eyes to come more forward again. And I just love the finish of this shadow. Again, it's like really great quality. It doesn't fall down, and it just gives me a little bit of a sparkle and a highlight without looking like I'm wearing a ton of eyeshadow. And then I'm also going to use the lightest shade in the inner corners of my eyes on a dome brush, just to give me a little bit more of a highlight. And I'm just placing that in the inner corner of my eye. And it just sort of like highlights and opens up my eyes. Alright, so this is it for me for my eyes. I personally like it more natural for during the day. This just gives me a little bit of definition, and but it still looks very kind of like not too overly done. But feel free to wear an eyeliner on top of it or a liquid liner. Every eye shape is different and everyone's needs are different. I already curled my lashes off camera, and now I'm going to apply a good amount of mascara. I would say 2 to 3 coats. The mascara I'm loving at the moment is by ILLUMINATE. It's a clean brand. I love all their makeup. They have so many great products. The mascara, it's hard to find a good clean mascara. This one is fantastic. I also really, really love the brush. And I'm going to just apply it, you know, really close to the root of my lashes and pull it upwards. And then also make sure that you really go in the inner corner. And then what I like to do is I like to let it dry for about a minute or so, and then I go back in and do another coat. Right guys, I just applied 3 coats of this ILLUMINATE mascara. How great does this mascara look? I love it. For a clean mascara, amazing. I'm gonna zoom you guys back out and I'll see you in a second. Alright, so for powder, I'm using my Hourglass powder. I really like this powder because it doesn't look like I'm wearing a lot of powder, and it still gives me like that luminous finish. I'm going to do it in my T-zone and in my forehead and wherever you feel like you need a little bit more, because the mask is obviously touching your skin, and if you don't want all your foundation to rub off, then you can also bring it on the outer side of your face. Alright, for bronzer, I'm using a new bronzer by Chanel, and I'm using a nice big fluffy brush, and I'm just doing that sort of like where the sun would naturally hit my face. I'm gonna bring it over the bridge of my nose, just to give me a little bit definition in my face and to give me a little bit more color. Alright, my next step is applying blush. I love this new blush here by Hourglass. I love the shade. It's really gorgeous on. Another really great tip about blush when you're wearing a mask is maybe go for a powder blush instead of a cream blush at the moment, because it won't rub off. Another thing I love doing is I bring it up a little bit higher, because obviously your face is all covered, so you can go a little bit higher than usual, almost like where you would apply highlighter. And then I love bringing my blush over the bridge of my nose again, because it almost looks like I'm a little bit sunburned, which can look very kind of like fresh. Alright, I'm almost done with this makeup, super easy. The last step is lips, and in terms of lips, I've recently really been loving a lip liner. The one I like is by Sisley, and I love it because I can still shape my lips. I like to overdraw them just a touch, just to give them a little bit more shape. So I'm starting in the Cupid's bow, and this is really where I like to overdraw just a little bit. And then I fill in with the same pencil. And see, when I use my finger, it really is matte. So you can really fill it in with this pencil. And then just make sure that your shape is right. Then I press my lips together. I take a Kleenex and just tap off the excess. And I love it because it's, you know, a lot of times liquid lipsticks can be super drying. This kind of like just stays really well. It doesn't rub off too much on my mask. It still gives me a really nice shape. So this is my favorite look I have been doing every day since this pandemic, and since we've been wearing all the masks every single day. I still feel like I, you know, have a little makeup on, and it still enhances all my features in my face, but it's not overly done. It's still natural, I think, and I'm going to show you now some of my favorite masks I've been loving. Alright, so one of my absolutely favorite masks is this brand called Mali and Lily. This is what they look like. What I like about them is that you can actually wear them like a scarf. So I put them on. It has these two little handles right here to put them over your ears. I'll put it on, and then you just tie them. And then you can take them down, and then you can just keep them on, and I love them because it almost looks like a scarf. So these have been my favorites, and they're completely 100% cotton. They're really comfortable on your skin, and they're easy to wash. Alright, the next mask I really love is by someone called Bailey Blue. I have two different colors right here, and my kids also really love this mask. It's so soft, and I love how it feels on my skin as well. Again, it feels like super comfortable on the skin. I think it's really important that you use good quality masks, because they can definitely irritate your skin and they can make your skin break out. So make sure that you're wearing cotton. One other mask I really like is by this brand called Bubble Bar, and I like this particular mask because it's a little fancier. It has chiffon on the outside, cotton inside, and the sides are really nice because you can adjust them. And I'm going to put this on for you guys. And again, I just really want to mention one more time, it's really important to Choose a mask that is cotton inside because it won't irritate your skin and you won't break out from it. And make sure that you wash your mask every single day or after every time you use it, because otherwise there is no point of wearing it because you want to get rid of all those germs. So wash your mask. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really want you guys all to stay safe. Don't forget to wear your masks. And I would love to see your everyday makeup wearing your masks on Instagram. So tag me and leave me a message down below in the comments. And as always, like my video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.